Now, President Trump continues to brag about his cognitive test results, and people can't stop laughing about it. During a Fox News interview, Trump admitted how difficult some of the parts of the test really were for him. And so let's watch that.
The first questions are very easy. The last questions are much more difficult. Like a memory question, it's like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV. So they say, could you repeat that? So I said, yeah. So it's person, woman, man, camera, TV. Okay, that's very good. If you get it in order, you get extra points. Okay, now he's asking you other questions, and then 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes later, they say, remember the first question? Not the first, but the 10th question? Give us that again. Can you do that again? And you go person, woman, man, camera, TV. If you get it in order, you get extra points. They said nobody gets it in order. It's actually not that easy, but for me it was easy. And that's not an easy question. In other words, they ask it to you, they give you 5 names and you have to repeat them, and that's okay. If you repeat them out of order, it's okay, but you know, it's not as good. But then when you go back about 20, 25 minutes later and they say, go back to that question, they don't tell you this, go back to that question and repeat them. Can you do it? And you go, person, woman, man, camera, TV. They say, that's amazing. How did you do that? I do it because I have like a good memory, because I'm cognitively there.
I have like a good memory. I'm cognitively there. Oh my God. Word salad. I love how I said, look, man, it was hard. Ooh, these last 5 questions were hard, but then they were pretty easy too. Most people it was hard, but for me it was actually pretty easy. What? No, what? Okay. Wow. Okay. Now, here's the fun part. As I keep saying over and over again, right? This isn't a test to see how smart you are. Okay? He's not a genius because he can pass a cognitive test. It's to see if you have cognitive problems, right? This is the test that they give to people who have strokes or some sort of accident, right? To make sure they don't have cognitive impairment. And so this is just a standard test to make sure that your brain works, that everything works upstairs, right? The way that it should. The idea that you get extra points for this, that he says, oh, what extra points? What do you get, like a gold star and some ice cream afterwards? That's what he makes it sound like. But look, I keep wondering why he goes back to this. Why does he go back to this? And then I realize it's really, really simple, right? That's his strategy to beat Joe Biden. He keeps saying, Biden, he needs to take the test. I don't think Joe Biden can pass the test. I just don't think that he can do that. No, he thinks that this is a genius move. He thinks that, got him, nailed it, Joe Biden can't pass that test. I can, because I'm cognitively there. Well, I'm pretty sure Joe Biden is cognitively there. Look, is Joe Biden not sharp? Yeah, he's not sharp. You know the thing, right? But is he cognitively there? I think so. I think that, you know, I don't know if I really buy the stutter, you know, thing. Yeah, yes, he's got a stutter, and I'm sure that causes, you know, issues, memory issues. When you're older, you tend to lose your memory, and you might not have a good memory to begin with, right? That doesn't mean you're cognitively impaired. This means, like, for example, my short-term memory is kind of shot, right? Sometimes I forget where my keys are. Am I cognitively impaired? Not necessarily. And I think with Joe Biden, it's a struggle to find words, and it's a struggle to use the right words. And that's kind of a thing that he's always had. And look, Joe Biden's had his own health problems as well. But I still am convinced that he could pass that test. If Donald Trump can pass the test, Joe Biden can pass the test. All right, that's it. He wants you to believe, Donald Trump does, that by passing this, he's a very stable genius, right? Suffice to say, not a good strategy. And of course, Joe Biden's not taking the bait, which is probably smart of him to do. That said, social media had some fun, right? One person said, person, woman, man, camera, TV. The Donald Trump story. Another person says, maybe he'll bring a psychiatrist onto the next COVID-19 briefing show. And that's what it is, right? I mean, he brought this back for a couple of reasons. For one, he's getting his ass kicked in the polls, right? And he's not going to do any more rallies. The Tulsa rally blew up in his face. It was disastrous. Why? Because people worried about COVID-19. And so he's not going to do more rallies. He's not going to risk that after the debacle that was Tulsa. And so after also some of the more recent rallies where he didn't do very well. And then, of course, the other reason is that, well, ratings. He's got to get the ratings. And with no Dr. Fauci, no, doctors, whatever, right? Birx is kind of like a mouthpiece for Donald Trump, which is super, super sad to see, and really kind of enables him. Fauci slightly, but less so than Birx, obviously. And of course, there are public disagreements between both of them, and Fauci's gone on the record for that. But there are no doctors. This is Donald Trump ranting in front of a camera. He loves that. And he says, get good ratings. And so that's the other reason that he's doing this. So I doubt he's going to bring a psychiatrist. But nonetheless, fun. Stuart Stevens says, good Lord, Trump can't remember the name of the test he took to test his memory. Ironic. Another person says, few observations from someone who sadly had to sit through these tests with my mom a lot over the past few years. Person, woman, and man are too similar. It was usually like book, apple, chair, etc., or something like that. But overall, yes. And that's how it works. So, wait, if she's right, Donald Trump not only didn't remember the name of the test, but he also didn't remember the things that he was asked to remember on the test. Uh-oh. That's not good. And then another person adds, if your grandfather talked like this, you take away his car keys and not let him near a stove. And finally, this one's fun. Extra points equals double ice cream? Well, hell, who could argue with that one? Double ice cream for all. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.